Struggling to build a loyal audience on YouTube? Building trust on YouTube is not about having a good niche or even a good product. It's about being a good character. And before you're like, I'm the founder of a business, not a reality show, this is not about being performative or fake. It is about understanding the 4 signals Google actually uses to decide whether people can trust your content or not. And they're all storytelling signals. So let's dig in. Hi, I am Daryn, a Writers Guild Award-winning creator and producer. I help founders, creators, and entrepreneurs use storytelling techniques that work across every screen so that you can build a brand that people trust. Because in a world where we have AI tools and AI tools that help you make more AI tools and tens of thousands of creators talking about every single topic possible who are all probably using the same AI tools, your most unique selling proposition is actually you, because there's only one of you. This is not about AI panic. I actually think AI has its place. It's about the return of human connection. And Google agrees. So here is some data. According to Sprout Social, 70% of consumers feel more connected to brands whose founder is active on social media. But interestingly enough, less than 10% of small businesses use YouTube, even though it's the #1 platform for consumer trust and product research. So your customers are on YouTube looking for someone to trust, but they can't find you. You see the problem? Now, if you're watching this video, you are probably part of the 10% that is on YouTube, or you are hoping to be on YouTube, but you're focusing on the wrong things to build your brand. Trust is the foundation of building your brand. And if your foundation is faulty, your house is going to fall to the ground. And this isn't just theory. Google actually built a framework to measure trust. It's called EEAT. It stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And it is a framework Google uses to evaluate the quality of content and its creators. Basically, Google is grading your storytelling, whether you realize it or not. So let me break down what EEAT means. The first E stands for experience. Basically, how you lived it. Google defines experience as real-world, first-hand knowledge. Literally, the way you prove that is through story, personal anecdotes, case studies, or behind-the-scenes content that shows you have actually lived what you teach. So personal storytelling is the actual first E in how Google measures trust. The second E stands for expertise, which is why your point of view matters. Expertise isn't just your credentials. It's how you make your background relevant to your audience's needs. It's your personal voice. That's why I talk a lot about it. This is where your backstory comes in. Your backstory builds trust because it tells us why your advice matters. A backstory shouldn't be a long monologue. I think a lot of people get confused by that. It should be why you are driven to help your viewer. I actually have a free 5-step backstory builder that you can grab in my description. It helps you build a 3-sentence backstory as a foundation. But really in your videos, you probably should have a 1-sentence soundbite that you use in your intro and weave into your personal stories. And what this does is it helps your viewer and the algorithm for that matter understand why your POV matters and to whom. A stands for authoritativeness. Who trusts you? The more you are clear about who you're talking to in your videos, the easier it is for the algorithms to find the viewer profile for you. And the most important storytelling technique you have is using a very clear hook so that your viewer confirms in the first 15 seconds of your video if this video is for them. This is actually the hardest part for new YouTubers to wrap their heads around. A lot of you start your video by introducing yourself, right? Do you do that? Now, there are always exceptions, but generally you should not do that. You want to start with the viewer's problem. You want to make them the hero. I usually recommend a 2-part hook structure. You want to talk directly to the viewer and grab attention by establishing the problem. For instance, saying something like, "Are you struggling with? Do you feel like?" Now, there are tons of hooks out there. I actually have a whole list of them in my leading character story kit, but you want something that taps into their pain point. Then you give a promise for a transformation, even if it's a small one, even if it's something that you're still figuring out. That's fine. You don't have to be an expert. For instance, something like, "In this video, I will break down how to do whatever," or "In this video, I will share what I learned. In this video, I'm talking about this thing I experienced because I think that it will help you." This tells the algorithm who the video is for and what your video may solve for them. This also makes you the co-star in your viewer's story. It begins to build a relationship, and then you introduce yourself at that point and you say, "Hi, I'm Daryn. Here's why you should trust me." If you think of it like a two-person conversation instead of a cold script, it's like we're at a party. That's the scene. That's the scene we're setting. And if you're an introvert like me, you're working hard because there's a lot of people around. You're giving face, but you heard this person has a problem. And you're like, "Me too. I have that problem." So you come over to them and you're like, "Hey, I heard you're dealing with this. I actually went through the same thing. Here's what worked for me, and here's what I got out of it." That is your hook. But authority also grows through association. So this is where collaborations with other creators comes in. Appearing on podcasts, being active in communities, maybe starting your own community. The more your name shows up in credible spaces, the more trustworthy you become to the algorithm and also in people's minds. Also, just simply responding to comments goes a long way to build a profile of people who trust you. The last letter stands for trustworthiness. Does your story line up? This is about alignment. When what you say, what you show, and how you show up match, people feel safe trusting you. One thing to think about is authenticity, because authenticity is key to establishing trustworthiness. But a lot of people get authenticity and vulnerability confused. Authenticity simply means staying true to your values. So that is about staying true to your brand values and also to your personal values. Vulnerability, on the other hand, is about emotional openness, and that is where you make choices to set your own boundaries. A lot of gurus will advise new creators that are trying to find their personal voice to look at other creators and model them. I don't suggest that for many reasons. I think there's some merit to the idea of emulating people that came before you. You always hear singers talk about how they sang along to Whitney Houston or Aretha Franklin or to Barbra Streisand. So there is some merit to emulation, but I think what ends up happening is that you end up getting locked up because you are comparing yourself to this other creator and wondering why the things that work for that other creator are not working for you. And you think there's something damaged or wrong about you. So I recommend instead looking to creator archetypes. I've come up with 5 creator archetypes, and the 5 archetypes are the visionary, the underdog, the problem solver, the rebel, and the sage. And if the concept of archetypes is interesting to you, I actually have a couple of videos on this channel that dig into that further. And I also dig into it further in my leading character story toolkit, which you can get more information about in my description. So yes, your niche matters, your editing matters, your product matters, but trust, the thing that keeps people coming back, starts with your story, and even Google agrees. Your experience, your voice, and your consistency are your most valuable SEO and AEO. If you're ready to turn your story into your strategy, you can join me inside my community, The Storytelling Room, or you can book a one-on-one coaching session. Until next time, keep creating and keep thinking like a showrunner.